Good afternoon and welcome to Middle East AI News Live. 𝗙𝗏𝗙 𝗦𝗱. I'm 𝗙𝗏𝗙𝗘𝗍𝗓 and this is my Thursday Deep Dive show where we bring you insights from the region on investment trends, emerging technology initiatives, policy initiatives, and investments and other things. Bringing you experts from technology, business, and government to discuss. This is every Thursday at 12 noon KSA, 1 p.m. UAE. And as always, you can find more details about this show and future shows at www.middleeastainews.com. Today, we're going to focus on another milestone in Saudi Arabia's journey towards becoming a global AI hub and, in fact, a producer of technology. Over the past few weeks, HP has begun operations of its PC manufacturing facility in Riyadh, and it's also opened a AI R&D Center of Excellence in Dhahran. So we'll be talking about those things, about HP's business in Saudi Arabia and why it's such a strategic market for tech firms, Saudi Arabia's digital transformation and the progress it's made in recent years. And we'll also be talking about HP's education initiatives in Saudi Arabia and what this means for the kingdom and for HP itself, and much more. If you're a subscriber, then you know that you'll be able to find daily news on Middle East AI News website, middleeastainews.com. We also publish a daily Middle East AI News Minute, which goes out at 6 a.m. Every morning UAE time, with a 60 to 90 second podcast update on news from the last 24 hours. And that's also streaming on Angami, Spotify, YouTube, other streaming channels as well. Thursday mornings, this morning, there's a weekly email news digest that goes out, which sums up news from across the region for the week, which is a very time-efficient way of keeping up to date with your news from across the region. And then, of course, we have this show, the Thursday Deep Dive, every Thursday at 12 noon KSA, 1 p.m. UAE, broadcasting on LinkedIn and on our YouTube channel. And finally, you might be interested to know that there is a dedicated event invite list where you can receive emails, usually 2 or 3 times a week, on shows like these with advance notice straight to your inbox. So you're listening to Middle East AI News Live Thursday Deep Dive. And we're streaming, as mentioned, on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And we're going to be talking about HP and its activities in Saudi Arabia. We'll be telling you more about HP's new manufacturing facility in Riyadh. And we'll be telling you more about the AI R&D Center of Excellence that HP has opened in Dhahran on Saudi Arabia's eastern coastline. And today I've invited 𝗙𝗏𝗙𝗪 𝗦𝗱, Managing Director of HP's MENA headquarters in Riyadh. He's been leading the company's strategic growth across Saudi Arabia for the past 3 years. More on 𝗙𝗏𝗙 in a moment. First, I'd just like to say, please do share your questions on today's topics with us via direct message. If you send me a direct message or add a comment in the LinkedIn event, then we'll do our best to answer your question as we go through the show. And we'll actually pause for some questions towards the end of our discussion. And if you enjoyed listening to Thursday Deep Dive, please do like the event page and share with your friends. There's room for lots more. So let's dive into today's topic. In today's Thursday Deep Dive, we're going to be talking about HP's new manufacturing facility in Riyadh and its new AI R&D center in Dhahran. We'll touch on Saudi Arabia's digital transformation and the Saudi IT market, HP's presence in the kingdom and its business in Saudi Arabia, HP's manufacturing unit in Riyadh, the new AI R&D center in Dhahran, and HP's education initiatives in the kingdom. And of course, HP's been a key player in Saudi computer market for decades, and in fact, globally. And HP, or Hewlett-Packard, was famously founded by Bill Hewitt and David Packard in 1939 in a garage in California. and over the coming decades became a key pillar of the computer age. In 2002, it completed a $25 billion merger with Compaq, becoming the world's biggest PC manufacturer. HP's revenue in financial year 2024 was $53.6 billion. And today it's one of the top 2 selling PC brands globally, accounting for about 20% share in the global PC market. And in a moment, I'm going to be joined by 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗚, Managing Director of HP MENA Regional Headquarters in Riyadh. And I'll just tell you a little bit more about 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗚. 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗚 has spent over 15 years at HP, leading teams across the Middle East, East Africa, and Turkey. Since 2022, he's been the head of HP operations in Saudi Arabia, where he's driving strategic growth and innovation aligned with the kingdom's Vision 2030 goals. Under his leadership, HP has announced 2 major initiatives this year: a new manufacturing facility in Riyadh and the new AI R&D Center of Excellence in Dhahran. And beyond HP's regional growth, 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗚 is passionate advocate for digital equity, education, and technology access. So a warm welcome to Middle East AI News Live, 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗚. I'll just bring 𝗙𝗪𝗪 on to join us. 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗚, welcome.
Carrington, nice to see you again. I have to say I was enjoying the nice music in the background when I was in the lobby.
Good, good. Right then, thanks so much for joining us today. It's great to have you on the show and to talk about HP's business in Saudi Arabia and the new facilities that have been announced in the last few weeks. Looking forward to it.
Carrington, I enjoy your show, or I always enjoy your show, and it's an honor to be part of your show this time.
Pleasure to have you here. HP has a long history in the kingdom, but 2025 really seems to be like a special year for HP in Saudi Arabia. This year's certainly been quite exciting with big investments announced by HP. Then, according to IDC, global PC shipments were up significantly in the third quarter, and HP retaining 20% market share, 11% growth year on year globally in that third quarter. But I think people know HP for different things, depending on which part of the business they deal with. And so perhaps a good place to start might be just to talk a little bit about what HP's business looks like today and its business in Saudi Arabia. So how's your year going?
So right now we are in a quiet period because we're at the end of the year. So allow me if I don't go into a little bit of the details of the numbers, but I can answer your question. Do you still hear me, Carrington?
Oh yes, don't worry.
Yes, perfect. So right now I can tell you that since several years, the market in Saudi Arabia has been very exciting. The growth and the technology adoption in the kingdom has been remarkable. You've seen as well several investments which all add up to the excitement and business growth. We've seen a lot of companies migrate to Saudi as well. We've seen the company creation, the new license creation in Saudi Arabia has skyrocketed as well. All of this adds new opportunities to companies like HP, and we've been doing very well across our portfolio. Our PC business has been going very well. Our print business and our services and solutions overall have been doing remarkably in the kingdom. We are very bullish about the outlook of Saudi Arabia in the near future and long future as well, and this is why you see our investments that we have made in the country.
Great. So, what is the PC lineup these days?
So we have a great lineup, an exciting lineup. We are specifically focusing on the AI PCs. AI desktops and AI books. AI is an empowering tool to individuals, and we believe that more and more of these devices needs to be in the hands of the professional workers and the knowledge workers out there. So we are shipping as much, and these are the products that we are going to produce in Saudi. And this is the product that we have announced, the first product that we announced to be produced in Saudi is the AI desktop PC from HP.
Cool, great. Everybody's been reading the news about Saudi Arabia's digital transformation, about AI adoption, and about it taking great strides towards making Saudi Arabia an AI hub, a global AI hub. From your perspective, why is the Saudi market so strategically important?
Look, globally, HP publishes a yearly study, which is called the Work Relationship Index. And it's the insights out of this study is really exciting. This year, Saudi was part of the overall research, and it shows that globally the relationship with work has not been very healthy. It's estimated that only 20% of workers globally have a healthy relationship with work. Actually, 20%. Last year it was 28%, so it's declining. We were expecting it to grow. Now it is declining. And if you go into the deeper you go into why this is happening, it's because we believe that technology as an enabler, employees are seeing that technology as an enabler inside their work. And hence we keep talking about technology being an enabler for the happiness, for the relationship, for the relationship index overall. In Saudi Arabia in particular, with its very young population, there is a very high adoption of technology. And Saudi Arabia is one of those countries where it's really unique, not only because of its Vision 2030, but also because the government itself leads the way in terms of transformation and leads the way in terms of technology. You've seen a lot of the announcements from the government, from PIF, from Aramco about the new ventures, the new investments that are happening out there. All of this is adding as well to the technology hype in the country. We see more and more technology adoptions getting accelerated in Saudi Arabia, probably faster than anywhere else in the world recently, especially on the AI topics. This is why bringing in our AI products into the kingdom to be produced into the kingdom means a lot. Bringing out our expertise, our global expertise in AI, in terms of applications, is also becoming an increasing topic in Saudi, and a more exciting topic.
Yeah, well, these are long-term commitments and with a substantial investment attached. So there must be a very high level of confidence in Saudi Arabia and the fact that its digital transformation and technology plans are progressing and being successful. Not just HP, obviously there's other brands and other local ventures also manufacturing with manufacturing plans too. So this is a long-term play for HP, isn't it?
Exactly as you said, Carrington, spot on. You're spot on as always. Look, we believe in the Vision 2030, and the vision is very unique. Is that it's supported by the right people and the right details as well. And it's very interesting. We always compare the Vision 2030 and its execution to the transformation of enterprises, because when a leader comes and says this is what we need to do, and when you see that everybody in the organization understands that goal, it happens. And that's exactly what's happening in Saudi Arabia. Wherever you go, everybody talks about Vision 2030. Everybody understands it. And we're particularly happy that it is creating a tsunami of investment into the kingdom, because for us and others to be successful, we need an ecosystem. And that ecosystem is created by private sector, is created by public and private partnership, and is created as well by governments. And we need others to come into the country and also invest into the country and also manufacture into the country, so that this ecosystem is complete.
Yeah. So is that one of the reasons that there's an increase in production, and that Saudi Arabia is actually making such good progress from being a consumer of technology to being a producer? Still early days, but there's a lot of things going on right now.
One of the reasons, of course, one of the reasons, it's common knowledge that the location of Saudi Arabia is exciting and it's in the right place, connecting the continents together. So the location of Saudi Arabia is important, but the government guidelines or the government's blueprints that they have created for foreign investors to come. It is a very simple. It is a very simple blueprint, very easy blueprint, and it's very helpful. And this has really been one of the most significant reasons why HP and others are looking into Saudi Arabia and looking to manufacture in Saudi Arabia. Together, plus Saudi Arabia has taken a lot of steps, not only in terms of policy, but also in terms of availability of capital to its local companies in order for them to build capacity. They have offered a lot of help in terms of capability building for their own talent so that we can localize the skill sets and build capabilities locally for us to source local talent for our different investments and different initiatives. All of this together, which is under the umbrella of Vision 2030, all of this together is what made Saudi Arabia the choice of manufacturing. And we've taken this decision as part of our global supply chain resilience, just to show you how important this step is. This is our factory in Saudi Arabia is not just a factory for Saudi Arabia. It's a factory in Saudi Arabia, part of our global supply chain resiliency program that's going to start manufacturing for the local market, of course, and then branch beyond that to the region.
And this was announced, I think, first at LEAP in February, and to open, well, this timing, open now, that's quite good going. You feel that you've got a lot of support from the Saudi government, obviously, and to make that happen.
Yeah, at LEAP, we have announced. We've actually announced two big announcements and one reinforcement. So we have reinforced our commitment to the overall investments in education in Saudi Arabia. We have shared our plans to establish the AI Center of Excellence, similar to other Center of Excellences we have in the world. It would be the first that HP develops in the region, and of course the big news of our intent to at the time our intent now is a reality to start manufacturing in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, so let's drill down a little bit into the new facility. I think IDC predicts that this year about 31% of all PCs shipped will be AI PCs. And I know that the first model that you aim to produce from the Riyadh manufacturing facility is the EliteDesk AI PC. So it's clearly the right moment globally, locally, in the kingdom. And now the factory is, I think, open. Do you want to explain where you are with that and what's going on at the moment?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is, AI is one of those technology trends that is going to or has crept very fast into the consumer, but is creeping very, very fast into the commercial space, into the enterprise, government, commercial, and the business space as well. And at different scales, at different speeds, of course. In Saudi Arabia, I mean, global average, they say that 70% of organizations are either exploring or using AI internally, and we see that average. We expect that average to be the same in Saudi Arabia. Everybody I speak to, I just came, in fact, from an event. Everybody I speak to is either toying or exploring with AI internally, not just on an individual level, but also as in terms of an organization. More and more as well, together with AI, there has been in tandem discussion about privacy. Where is my data? And while the individual does not it is a high in the mind of an individual, but it's even higher in the mind of corporates and enterprises and even government sectors. Where is the data being held? Where is the data being processed? Where is the personal data? And we in HP, we envision that AI on the edge, or inferencing on the edge, or inferencing on your own computer rather than in the cloud, could add or could remove a lot of the worry in terms of privacy, and could speed up the adoption of AI in enterprises and also on a personal level. And when we started speaking about our devices, what to produce in Saudi, because we see that the adoption in Saudi is very high, we wanted to start with our AI PC and AI PCs, which enable local inferencing and has the capability to keep your private data on your machine. And you could imagine what kind of relief that could give. Of course, you would need the applications and you need the systems to adapt to enable that as well, and to take care of that privacy feature. But that's why we and other companies are working on the applications on top of the AI on the edge.
So can you tell us a little about the 𝗙𝗡𝗙 AI PC? Because this is the first model that you're going to produce from the Riyadh factory, right?
Exactly. I have a lot of those in the office already. We have them in the office. It's a very proud moment for us here in Saudi. I mean, HP being the first global technology brand to manufacture in Saudi and manufacture a product such as a desktop AI PC. That's a huge pride moment for us. The beauty about about our facility is that it has the capability to scale up and to do all kinds of specifications that are required in the local market, in the regional market, so we can produce all types of our AI desktop PC at this point in time. And we are definitely, the plans are to expand beyond the AI desktop PC to other AI products and other portfolio products. But currently we are producing, the factory has commenced operations, and PC, which obviously has a local NPU in addition to the CPU and GPUs, of course, which will allow local inferencing on the device, and which has myriads of benefits, starting from the sound to the video to any kind of an AI application that you may run on the PC.
And the products that are going to be manufactured in this unit, are they localized in any way? Will they be localized in the future? What sort of shape might that take?
Yeah, so after you build up your factory, there are certifications to do, and to build up to add on top of that, which is all, of course, natural process that is happening right now to finalize all the certifications. However, if your question is about the even more localization that we are currently doing right now,
sorry,
that's what
Fadl,
I meant initially when I said.
Could you repeat that?
Did I break up?
Yeah. If you.
Okay. So, of course, after you establish the factory, there are a lot of certifications which would need to be worked on, and this is a natural process that is already in the process. But if you meant by localization like even more local content than what we have right now, that's what I meant when I spoke about the ecosystem. We are happy by anyone coming and investing into the kingdom, because this will create the expertise and the capability for us to do even more localization. Should more and more companies come and invest in Saudi for their own local manufacturing, this will open up doors for us to start sourcing more products locally, more local content as well. We're happy for any type of growth in that manufacturing sector in Saudi.
So when are we likely to see the first PCs come out of the manufacturing facility, and are those going to be destined for the Saudi market in the first instance?
When is just in the coming couple of months. We will start shipping the products, and of course, as we build capacity, and we start initially as naturally we start for the Saudi market, and we build beyond that. Like you said, our plans are, we are here for the for the long game. We're here for the long run. We're planning for the future. We're planning capacity for the future. The knowledge transfer that we're doing with our local manufacturing partner in cities that we are building are not just for the Saudi market and for the region.
Great. So I guess another question that people might ask about the new factory: what's some of the benefit that will bring to Saudi Arabia? You know, the residents of Riyadh. Will you be employing a lot of people?
Yeah, look, it has a great. First, let me say from HP to HP. It has a great benefit because it's part of our supply chain resiliency program globally. To the local economy, we are looking at scaling up. We are looking at producing millions of devices and employing thousands of jobs in Saudi Arabia. Aside from building that local technology, that local high-end technology in the kingdom, hopefully we and others will create a ripple effect for even more investments that could add to the non-oil economy in the kingdom.
Great. So perhaps we could turn to Dhahran. Actually, just one moment. I just need to make a technical adjustment. If you bear with me for a few seconds.
Take the chance to drink some water.
Yes.
It just allowed me this brief break that you have given me. Just I remembered that maybe I have not fully answered your earlier question about the benefits to the local market. If you allow me to add, and then we move into the Dhahran AI Center of Excellence.
Sure.
Obviously, all what I said is correct, but in addition to that, we will be closer to the customers in Saudi and in the region as well. We will be cutting lead times, delivery times, significant amount of time. So yes, we will contribute to HP's resiliency. We will supply chain resiliency. We will contribute to the local economy. We will contribute to the local talent capacity building and skill set, but we will also be very closer to the customers, faster to the customers. We will be able to cut emissions as well by being by having shorter delivery times and shorter shipment times to the region and to the wider region in Middle East and Africa.
Great. So Dhahran, there's a new AI R&D Center of Excellence, which is going to focus on AI models, on data analytics, robotic process automation, and hopefully this will drive local innovation. Could you explain the scope of this R&D center and who it's meant to serve, and then what we might expect in the coming months?
That's another project I am deeply excited about. And the AI Center of Excellence, and then there's a reason why it's called Center of Excellence, not just an R&D alone, and I will touch base on that, is in Dhahran and is now operational. The whole idea is that we want to strengthen HP Saudi Arabia's innovation capacity and accelerate delivery of AI solutions for regional customers. I keep talking about an ecosystem, but like me, I manufacture, others manufacture, and others manufacture. This whole creates an ecosystem. But I need to create my own ecosystem as well. I am manufacturing my hardware devices. I need applications, and I need AI services and AI expertise to be built inside the country, so that I also help them. The idea is that the R&D Center of Excellence does not limit itself to R&D alone. And this is why we chose the name of Center of Excellence, because we expect to produce applications, to produce results that could solve real-life problems. We're working very closely with the university in Dhahran, and we are looking to expand our partnerships with many universities. We have, basically what we have done, we have a very successful model in Spain, where we have one of the long stands.
𝗙𝗪𝗪, sorry, could you repeat that about the? Could you repeat the bit about the university in Spain? We just lost you for a second.
Yeah, I said that we have an example in Spain where we have a center of excellence or a research and development that started in small and now is actually a very large center of excellence that does a lot of R&D work for HP, but also does R&D and delivers real life solutions to customers. And that's what I wanted to replicate here in Saudi Arabia. But I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. So what I have done is that we migrated experts from Spain to Saudi Arabia to become the nucleus of, and we've placed them in Dhahran, because in Dhahran has talent and great universities as well. So this nucleus that we have created in Dhahran is actually right now hiring, recruiting, training local engineers, working alongside professors to develop, to work on Arabic large language models, because we believe AI should be as well, to work with some of our customers, like in healthcare, supply chain, oil and gas, to work with them through AI, what we call AI workshops, is where our HP experts will sit with our AI experts and the customers and try to raise questions about what challenges the organization faces and how we can use the advanced technology to solve them, how we can use AI, whether AI on the edge or AI on the cloud, to solve real life problems. And I'm very excited to tell you what I'm saying is not something that we will do. What I'm saying is actually happening right now.
Right. So could you give us an example of what one of the outputs might be from this center? A typical output of AI from the center.
Yes. Look, we are going to develop an Arabic large language model to work on our AI PCs in the kingdom. We are going to work on solving some of the logistic challenges that some of the logistic routes and logistic companies are facing in the kingdom. We're going to work with certain companies and government organizations to produce solutions of how best to tackle that problems. Now we're working very closely with healthcare as well, because we believe that AI could be an interesting topic inside the healthcare to better patient care. And there are several ideas that we are developing together with the health organizations on how we can improve that. Now the work is just starting, so the applications are depending on the problems that these organizations will have, and we will develop the solution to resolve. There are the activities that is happening is to indicate what kind of problems our team could join together and could recruit local talent to try to solve.
So this is already operational. There are already experts from HP in the facility, and you're hiring.
Definitely, it's happening. It's already there. It's already operational in Dhahran. I've hosted the engineers in Riyadh several times as well, because I really enjoy speaking to them and see the excitement on what they are trying to build and what they are building in Dhahran.
Great. And does this center also have an educational role?
For sure, for sure. I mean, the idea is that we need to, for us to be sustainable, for this center to be sustainable, we need local talent. We need to be able to find the talent and train them and have the applications being developed locally. And a big part of the experts' roles is to work very closely with the universities in order for them to create a program to attract local talent and train them on how we are approaching, or how AI is approaching certain problems, to try to solve them together. We want to create a true work group that is locally enabled, that is able to recruit even further and train even further down the line talent in the kingdom.
Right, right. I've got a question from Vishal. Are you open also to POC models with vendors having industry-first solutions at your COE?
100%, yes. Vishal, please reach out. Would be through myself or through Carrington. We would be delighted to have this conversation, and I'll be delighted to bring in the right people on the table to discuss that.
Great. Good to hear. Since we just touched on education, that's perhaps a good segue to HP's education initiatives in Saudi Arabia, which are still growing. There's, I think, a broad range of initiatives, so I'll let you explain those.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're currently, these initiatives are reaching thousands of people in Saudi Arabia.
Definitely. I believe in the, you've probably heard me say an ecosystem several times on this call, and in my other conversations I've also mentioned it several times. I believe in creating an ecosystem that is going to become a catalyst for success, not just for HP, but also for the overall environment and overall country. And you cannot have that before. Our education initiatives is partly to give back to the society and to the communities that we work alongside, but also to help elevate the skill set in the countries that we work with, in order for us to create further jobs and create further skill sets of the future. So when we designed our education initiatives in the country, we looked at several layers. We looked at the student itself, the entrepreneur itself, the future entrepreneur, the student itself. We looked at the school, we looked at the teacher, we looked at the policy maker. And education, technology and education, there has been a lot of discussion on technology and education since many years, but COVID accelerated that remarkably. But what it didn't do, because it gave a shock to the system, it didn't give time for organizations to really adapt to technology inside the classroom, for example, or to really train the teachers very well for using technology, or to even ask questions about how can we assess the improvement pre and post technology adoption inside the classroom. So all of these HP is trying to solve. I mean, we're trying to be part of the it's a big project. HP alone cannot do it, but we're trying to contribute to the overall solution. So what we have done is that we've launched our what we call an HP Life. HP Life is a free contents that are geared for an entry-level content that's geared for everybody, for mainly students want to be entrepreneurs. And I pause here and I tell you, for example, look at the entertainment industry in Saudi Arabia, all these new artists that want to come up and do some ventures on their own. Maybe they have, maybe they don't have the skills required to manage their own company or their own establishment. So we try to give content that would help people the needed knowledge for them to operate on their own, or to use that knowledge as an introduction for something else. Then we moved on to programs related to schools, and we call that HP IDEA. It's basically HP trying to help the school understand how to manage education and how to introduce technology into education, how to make an assessment of pre and post technology adoption, about improvement assessments, pre-post technology adoption, and also helps the schools, teachers, and how to handle that, how to adapt their teaching style when technology has entered the classroom. We moved up to university because we believe as well that coding and literacy and coding literacy is extremely important, and it is beyond just technology majors. We particularly looked at gaming because we believe gaming and gamification is a tool for learning. So we created what we call HP gaming garages in several areas in the kingdom, where we also provide free education on the game coding, game design, game development. I say game, but game is also can be a gamification tool for learning, or could be a traditional understanding of a game for fun, of course. Then we noticed, then of course we covered everything, but if we don't enable the policymaker to take the right decisions that are going to affect education, if we don't enable the policymaker, it is incomplete. So we wanted to work very closely with the policymakers. So we created an HP Cambridge fellowship between HP and Cambridge.
Sorry, Wadil.
Courses. Yeah.
If you could just start again with the HP scholarship. There's a connection issue. Thanks.
I'm sorry about that. It's an HP Cambridge. It's an HP Cambridge fellowship dedicated solely for policymakers. It is to help policymakers understand technology and to help them take the right decisions when it is related to the different regulations or different policies that they need to take in order for them to help in overall building and education and improving education in the country. And all of this is fully HP funded. Even the HP Cambridge Fellowship is a program that is fully funded by HP.
Great. So we have some additional questions, but I'm going to wait till the end to handle those. I think you also mentioned, we chatted before about the gaming garage.
Yeah.
Is that something? HP gaming garage.
The gaming garages is because our gaming courses are online. We also want a collaboration space. We also want an ideation creation space. So we felt that it's not enough to do online hackathons and online courses. So we went and created physical spaces, and we've equipped them with our gaming devices and our HP workstations, so that we bring in developers and coders as well, and we create some excitement about locally run hackathons as well, to come up with ideas. For example, the last hackathon was in tandem with the COP16. I remember the main theme was sustainability as well. So we made a competition about creating games around the sustainable future in the kingdom. And we're very proud that we noticed that we were always discussing internally, should space, because it's really gaming, it's really out there, everybody joins this virtually. I was from the idea that a physical space is important in addition to our virtual content that we have, and we were right. because we see these locations are filled with people learning, discussing, creating things together, which is great. Now, in the future, we're also want to create a link between our different initiatives with how we connect our AI Center of Excellence to our gaming garages, and how we can create something exciting. What is our AI Center of Excellence going to do? Are they going to augment our PC manufacturing with additional applications? Because we do have AI applications already inbuilt with our PCs, like an AI companion, HP AI companion, for example. But we're really giving our a challenge to tell them, now we have a factory, we have good content and collaborations with the universities. Now, with your what you're building in terms of center of excellence, you have to link all of this together and see what we can deliver to the market.
We talked about the new manufacturing facility in Riyadh and the AI R&D Center of Excellence in Dhahran, and both of these initiatives impact HP customers in the kingdom. How do you see the needs of those customers changing, and what are how have their needs changed, and how are they changing in light of the AI era and Saudi's digital transformation?
Yeah, we are blessed in this part of the world, when I say that the government is normally not lagging. The government is leading in many areas. In maybe other parts of the world, whenever I say you have a government department, you immediately think of a very traditional type of department, very retro in terms of the capabilities. It is not in this part of the world. In the Gulf, we see that technology adoption in government is extremely fast. Around the buzz of AI, the governments were in serious discussions internally of how best, because the digital transformation of Saudi Arabia started several years ago. It's not something new. But when AI came into the picture, the government immediately started leading the way by asking companies like us and others to sit in workshops and discuss how can they even improve or speed up the digital transformation with the use of AI, and how at the same time maintain the privacy and cybersecurity as well. Discussions about government's discussion, for example, about AI on the edge is very active and interesting. Initially, there were when the AI discussion came, you could see the consumers and the environment in Saudi Arabia picked up by consumers. The commercial space or the enterprise space was a little bit very rightly concerned about cybersecurity threats. So there was a lot of study, a lot of study and planning rather than adoption. Right now, with the introduction of AI on the edge, that the capability that you don't need to be all on the cloud. If you have AI, you can still apply AI tools on the edge. We can see this going much faster in terms of adoption for government and enterprises. And I can say I haven't spoken really to anyone that is not exploring or using a kind of an AI application or tool inside their organization.
True, very true.
The big discussion obviously is still around structuring data internally, understanding how to properly organize your data and structure so that you can best use AI, and as well on what to use AI, because a lot of CIOs are very smartly saying that I need to use AI in the areas where it really benefits me to solve a problem. Am I increasing productivity, efficiency? Am I solving a problem? What am I actually doing? And these are the right questions to ask, actually. And we see all of this is happening in Saudi Arabia.
Thanks. So I have a couple of questions about the related to the COE. First of all, is from Sal: is HP open to working with solution providers in Saudi Arabia, and does that enabled by the Center of Excellence?
Definitely, for sure, willing to and looking forward to collaborate. I mean, in everything that I have said, I have mentioned collaborations and partnerships. So we're definitely looking. It of course depends on what exactly we're looking at solutions here, of course. But we're always ready to excited to discuss and see if there is any synergy and possibility for sure.
Okay, great. So you're open to conversations with solution providers. And I have a question from Mohammed as well on software first line, second line support. Does creating these solutions in that COE and for customers in general, does that mean that you have a requirement for first line, second line support for software solutions?
I think I think it is something that will come at today. We are trying to work together with the customers to solve certain problems that we believe AI could resolve. Now, this will eventually result in building an application or a complete software for our clients that the client would decide to build it on their own, or will decide to build it with us, or will decide to go with another system integrator or software developer to do that. Now, obviously, we will be talking to a lot of providers in terms of either support or development, in order for us to see in case a client does not have the local capability to complete that exercise, we would definitely need to understand who else can, so that we work together with them, and introduce them to the overall ecosystem.
Great, thank you very much. We need to round off now. Any final comments or insight you want to leave us with?
Carrington, it's pleasure to speak to you. Your questions are very intriguing. So thank you so much. You could see it. We're very excited. We're here in Saudi Arabia. We're extremely excited about what the future holds for us. We are investing heavily in Saudi Arabia. We're watching for the future in excitement, and we keep building capacity and watching the capacity being built around us in the overall kingdom. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining Thursday Deep Dive. It's a real pleasure, and thanks for telling us all about the manufacturing facility and the R&D center and HP's business. It's been great, and I'm sure we'll catch up another day. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I've been talking to 𝗙𝗪𝗪 𝗦, Managing Director of HP MENA headquarters, talking about Saudi Arabia digital transformation, the new HP manufacturing facility in Riyadh, and the AI R&D Center of Excellence in Dhahran. And if you missed any of that, you'll be able to watch on the recording that should appear on both LinkedIn and YouTube shortly. And there will also be an edited version as an audio podcast available, probably dropping Saturday or Sunday. That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining Thursday Deep Dive. And thanks to my guest again, 𝗙𝗪𝗪 𝗦 from HP. If you haven't already done so, please give this event a like on the event page. If you're not already signed up to my weekly email digest, then you can do that via www.middleeastainews.com. And you'll also find details of upcoming shows and the Daily News Minute, a 60 to 90 second update that goes out every morning, 6 a.m. UAE time. Thank you very much for joining again, and see you again soon.